Hey everybody on YouTube, welcome back. It's time for another video for you. And what I'm going to show you in this video is how to replace a battery in a Game Boy Advance game. This would be similar for any other game that has a battery backup, but I'm going to show you in this game here for my daughter. So here you got the Game Boy Advance cartridge here. I've removed the screw in the back. It's a security screw, so you need the proper screw bit to do it, screwdriver bit to do it, or you can, if you get a little small eyeglasses screwdriver in there, you can undo the screw. So it just, once you do that, it doesn't pull apart like other games. It slides first to unlock, and then once it's slid, you can lift it apart. And you see, I've already taken this apart, and I've removed the old battery. Right here is the game. I've cleaned it up because it was actually quite dirty. Got this, it was actually probably had been in some water, and that's why the battery went bad. Right here are the two terminals for the battery, and the original battery, it's a CR1616 is the actual battery, and you can buy those right in any store. But the problem is if you try to use one of these, and I got real cheap, I tried to do this myself, knowing that it probably wouldn't work, and it didn't. Here's a CR1616 that I tried to solder wires to, and while I was able to solder the wires to this battery, in the process you heat the battery up pretty good, and it's lithium inside. It can be dangerous to do that because lithium is pretty dangerous, and it started to leak, and I just threw this into a metal container and then just left it there. But it was worth a try because it's a real hassle to order lithium batteries, to buy lithium batteries online, because you have to have them shipped either FedEx or UPS because the lithium cannot go on an airplane. So here's what I ended up doing. I ordered these from Mouser. I needed some extra batteries for my to replace in my CPS2 boards so they don't suicide. So in the process of doing that, I ordered two of these batteries. And the original battery, which I threw away already, it has little metal connects that are welded on. And so I looked at Mouser. I tried to find something close to that. And these are CR1616s, a little bit different. The original one's got some much longer metal leads on here. This is like for a hole-through installation. But this will be enough for me to solder onto here, because these are solderable. The battery really isn't, but this is. So all I have to do is I can just take these and bend these into position. And I'm going to use a little bit of a jumper wire to connect them up. So I'm just going to connect it up like this. And actually, it might even reach. I don't know if I want to push it that far, but this is how the battery would be installed when it's done. So I'm going to cut back after I've done this part here, because there's no way I can solder while this is on camera right now. Okay, everybody, I've finished soldering. It turns out that I did not need to make any little jumper wires to install this battery. Even though the leads were shorter and slightly different on this battery, I was able to bend them and get them installed perfectly. I'm going to show you up close now. Okay, so we're going to get up close here. Okay, so you see this is the positive terminal, and you see that it actually reached pretty well. And the negative terminal is right here, right there. And I had to, this one was very short, so I had to have the battery a little bit more to this side. And what I did before I installed the battery is I took a piece of electrical tape and I glued it on the chip that's underneath there. And I glued it, I just attached it there, and I trimmed it with some with my X-Acto knife after I was done, so it wasn't covering too much. And then I put another strip, because right between the negative lead and the bottom there, I didn't want to come up and press the positive side there, so that's just a little extra protection there. So I was able to get this battery in and install it just like that. You see right there, see it says CR1616. So the board's all labeled. Now I'm going to put this game back together, which is pretty simple. You just pop it in like that, like this. And I'm going to show it to you in an old Game Boy Advance. This is my first Game Boy Advance I had. And you turn it on. Now you see it's pretty dark. What I've got here, I've got the Afterburner mod. Now I installed this years ago. This is before they had Game Boys with lights in them. So it was pretty good. My battery's going dead on the game. I don't play this one very often. But we're going to start this up. Now, if the battery were dead, You get the battery. That's lovely text there. I picked this game up used off eBay. Better change the name before I give it to my daughter. But you would get a battery warning if the battery were dead, and now it's not dead. So we've got a fresh battery, and this game is as good as new. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope this video is useful to you. If you go to install a battery, like let's say you want an NES, fix one of your old NES games like Legend of Zelda, you'd do the same thing. The only thing you would want to do before you, I don't know, you wouldn't want to necessarily use the CR1616. They're all lithium batteries inside these games, and most of them are almost every lithium battery is 3 volts. So you really could use any lithium battery, like a CR2032. And with like game like Zelda, it's got the same kind of welded-on leads. But what you could do, there's a lot of room inside the game case, so you could install a battery holder and then use a standard CR2032 without having to have these leads installed. But with the Game Boy Advance, there's a lot less room inside the system, inside the cartridges. So this was what I had to do. So there's you see the afterburner actually makes my battery light go on because the battery's kind of at that point. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll have a new video up for you shortly.